guys, welcome back to Game 2, of course. This is the StarCraft 2 weekend. Welcome to the AMG channel. We are with Forge and Stefano continuing our StarCraft 2 weekend. You gotta excuse me, my voice is a little bit gone these days. I have a little bit of a cold. So anyways, this map is Metropolis. We do have on the bottom left side, actually the top left in a way, we do have Forge, and on the top right we do have Stefano as, of course, the Blue Zerg player and the Red Terran player. These two players are pretty much as good as it gets, so it's going to be very interesting play. The previous game, in the first game, Forge unfortunately was going for a heavy bio build, but he didn't back it up with actual any tanks at all. So Stefano, of course, countered that with a couple of Balings and Roaches, which pretty much mop up any bio units, especially if it's a marine heavy composition, not a lot of Marauders. So that pretty much dropped very quickly. Then Forge tried to catch up by switching into his tanks, but a little bit too late, and he did manage to lose that actual game very quickly and early on. Of course, this Overlord is coming in to scout out for Forge, so Forge should be able to see that that Overlord is there. That should, of course, also give him a heads up that how early on that Overlord did managed to arrive at his base. So the question is, did he actually see it? Though I do believe he did see it. So once he does see that, of course, Stefano is scouting out for that second command center, and he will see that that second command center is up. Of course, Stefano is having that hatchery as well, so that hatchery is up and running as well. The spawning pool is coming down for him as well, so we do have again that barracks, not placing it anywhere along the ramp. A little bit of harass. Was that his drone? No, I didn't see. I don't know why I did think that that was a drone for a second there. So nothing is going to be happening there so far. Stefano and, of course, Forge are going to be droning up. We do have that factory coming online early on in the game, so he's going to be actually doing a switch for that factory and producing double Hellions. This is pretty interesting to see. I do believe he might actually be doing that, so it might be a actual Hellion rush by Forge to sort of give Stefano back his medicine, as in the previous game he did sort of outplay him. So really interesting to see if he's going to be going for that early Hellion harass. So yeah, that switch is happening, so he's going to be going for those double Hellions, and we do have the startboard again in place. So a tech lab, so it's going to be a double Hellion and probably a Banshee harass by Forge. This composition that Stefano isn't ready at all for it, though. He's not even scanning out, he's not even trying to scout out. We do have those Roaches in play for Stefano, so he is going to be moving down with those Roaches. A little bit too late, though. I don't believe that the Banshee is going to be coming in time at all. There's nothing really much he can do to counter these Roaches. These Roaches will pretty much mop up those Hellions, and that should pretty much be it for Forge. Forge, nothing really he can do to counteract this massive Roach build by his actual player. So these Roaches are going to drop. Of course, SCVs being pulled off the line, try to absorb as much damage as possible, make those SCVs even attack. He needs that first Banshee to come into play, so hopefully once that Banshee does pop up, might provide just a little bit of help. Not really much he can do, though. Of course, Stefano, seeing that, he is going to be trying to do a little bit of damage, well, as much damage as possible. So he did manage to survive that. Of course, massive damage to those actual units and actual production lines. So will he finally be countering? Now Forge is going to be countering very aggressively. Of course, Stefano knows that. He's building 4 Roaches, and he actually might end up losing this, so it might have paid off for Forge to actually take that hit, though. As you see, no drones at all, so he's going in all out. So either this is going to happen or not. We do have those double spine callers in play, of course, and this Banshee being very key for Forge to keep that Banshee alive, as he does need that Banshee alive as much as possible. Though it would be very nice if you could maybe sneak in with that Banshee, provide a little bit of drone harass, though, but nothing he can do, as those Queens are going to be taking care of this Banshee. Of course, Stefano, keep an eye out for that Queen, and finally that Spine Caller did come into play. More Roaches in play. He needs to get his economy up and running. There's nothing really much he can do. Finally, Cloak Research coming on the line. No Spore Callers, though, for Stefano, so he is really going to take a hit once that cloak is completed. We do have more Hellions as well. He needs to get his economy up and running. Nothing much he can do with that economy. It's very weak, very poor, as it took a massive hit. So a couple of Zerglings coming in just to annoy and do a little bit of damage for Forge, though. They are going all the way around. They are countering act. They are countering the holds. They are going all the way around, so these Zerglings are going to be coming in. He did spot them out, so here comes that push. He really needs to keep as many of these SCVs alive as possible. Of course, he's targeting firing those mules. Mules did drop, but SCVs did manage to survive. Every single SCV for Forge is really his livelihood here, as every single SCV counts. He did, of course, pull back. He doesn't want to lose a single SCV. He needs to get that economy up and running. Finally, these two Banshees are gonna have that cloak, so that's exactly what he needs. No Spore Callers at all by StarCraft. Only one here, but the actual main is pretty much done and over with, and he should go for the main base, as he will see that there's a Spore Caller there. He's gonna be taking care of that, and I don't know why he doesn't go for the drones though. Why he doesn't go for the drones is beyond me, and we do have another Spore Caller there, so he's gonna be mopping up these queens. Queen's gonna be dropping. He should hopefully take advantage to this. We do have a third Banshee coming into play. A lot of Hellions moving in now very aggressively. They are going to move it into the production line, and that's it for StarCraft. Very, very nice play by Forge. Forge, of course, being able to survive, dropping that Queen with that Banshee backup support, and he's going to be moving in very aggressively. Another Spore Caller was placed there, so he did counter. He did go very heavy on the Spores, though, but didn't believe that actually he would be going for those Banshees mainly. So it is a sort of a mix for Forge's build. This is not looking it up at all for StarCraft at all. Forge seems to have this advantage here. He is going for that Evolution Chamber. A little bit too late though. He should get those Banshees to target fire these actual roaches and try to prevent those Hellions from dropping as quickly as possible, because these roaches are very effective though. No queens for StarCraft, and a lot of drones now going to be picked off by these Banshees. Very effective play by Forge. Finally, he's going to be streaming down again. A single Hellion is coming down across the map. 2 more SCVs to get that production line. Finally, he is finally having a couple of SCVs in that line, though. He is going to, of course, be target firing those drones as much as possible, doing as much economical damage as possible as he can do. StarCraft is pretty much done and over with. I don't know why he's still waiting out. What does he actually expect to believe? Just throw 3 roaches might turn the tide. I really don't think so. That's pretty much it. Once this queen drops, there's nothing much he can do, as he does have another queen, and that's it. Of course, StarCraft calls it a well-played game. And this is it for the second game. Very nice play. Very nice game by both these players. It did look like that Forge was on the losing end, but of course StarCraft did sacrifice all his roaches, giving Forge that opportunity to move in, especially with that strategic advantage he had from those Banshees. He did manage to mop up StarCraft and really get him on that one. So it is a 1-1 so far for both these players, and as always, happy gaming. See you guys in game 3.